and welcome to US Tzu Chi 360. Imagine a quiet, pretty, and peaceful town. The people are warm and welcoming, and your home is your refuge. That is, until a burglar comes into the picture. In the California town of Idlewild in Riverside County, the town crier cites that the county has seen nearly 8,000 thefts in 2013 alone. So imagine almost that same amount of individuals that have gone through this startling experience, and that you were one of them. But what happens when the person who stole from you shows up at your front door? Let's take a trip to the Strawberry Creek Inn and see how a karmic twist took its owners by surprise.
That was in my garden in LA. And then when we moved up here, we bought it, and it used to be in the back, and then one day Rodney decided it needs to be in the front. And then so he put it in the front, and that's where it's kind of been.
One day I was pulling out of the driveway to go to the store, and I looked down and I noticed that the Buddha statue that we have always had at the front entrance, it's about maybe this tall, was gone. It's not an expensive statue, but it had sentimental value for us. So we didn't really think a whole lot about it. We just thought, oh, it's sad, the Buddha statue's gone.
We just thought, oh, well, it's gone. Somebody got it, you know. Good luck. You know, that was kind of it.
Molly, one of our employees, posted a picture of the statue. We had taken pictures of it before. Posted a picture on Facebook and said, you know, hey, if anyone sees this statue, the owners would like it back.
A couple of locals saw it, and then they wanted to do an article in the paper on it. And so then the article in the paper came out, and then the Press Enterprise picked up on it, and then I guess Associated Press picked up on it, because that's how you guys saw it. And then so I'm just in awe that how the universe works. It seemed like the whole thing just, you know.
I remember the day because my Uncle Ted was driving my mom to the airport in Palm Springs because she's flying up to Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, to visit my sister. So I came and I said, hey, goodbye, have a safe trip, love you, be well. And I noticed the Buddha on the front porch, right there, out there on the front porch. And I was like, oh, that's right, I never saw that before. And then I went down and I checked the mail, and the mail was for them, and it was a newspaper, the Town Crier. And so I look on the front page, it said, stolen Buddha, something like that. I went, what? And I opened it up to the next page, and it showed the picture of the same Buddha. And I was like, whoa. And I drove up here, and I looked at the picture, and I looked at the one on the front porch, and I went, exactly. Oh my God, that's the one, that's the same one. And it said, anybody with information, please contact the sheriff. And I called Teddy, and I said, Teddy, where'd you get that Buddha that's on the front porch? He said, oh, Mikey brought it over and gave it to your mom for Christmas. I said, oh, well, it's stolen. It's in the newspaper on the front page, and you know, oh, yeah. I'm like, you know, what should we do? And I'm like, I don't want to call the cops, but you know, I want this Buddha to be returned to the rightful owners.
The doorbell rang one day, and I opened the door, and there was this kid standing there with the Buddha statue in his arms, and his father standing next to him. And he said, go ahead, tell him. And he told me the whole story, you know. You guys are missing the statue, and I came to confess to you that I took it, and I took it as a gift from my grandmother, and I'm here to bring it back to you.
We turned it to Rodney, and Rodney said, you know, I'm so grateful that it came back to its home. I do not want to press charges. And I said, Mikey, tell him you'll do some work, you know, because I'm sure there's a bunch of yard work around there that needs to be done, raking and who knows what. I said, you tell him right now that you're gonna work for him for free. Make your amends, you know what I mean? Yeah. What can I do to make it right, sir?
I was really impressed with the father. You know, you don't see a lot of parents these days who would have taken that step. You know, maybe they would have said, oh, take it back in the middle of the night, you know, or, you know, don't ever steal again, or get rid of that so nobody catches you. But to say, you know, take the statue back, look him in the eye, and hand it to him was really, I thought, a great lesson for him. Whether the boy gets the lesson or not, I think it was just a great thing for the father to do.
After, you know, when I drove him home, I said, I hope you learned a lesson from this. Oh, yeah, I did. You do not lie, you do not cheat, you do not steal, period. And it would help if you got off the alcohol and drugs. That would help immensely. And it would also help if you got a relationship with a loving God of your understanding, you know, a higher power. Because with God in your corner, nothing's impossible. And, you know, all I can do is like, you know, point him in the right direction. But if he chooses to go this way instead of the right way, well, that's on him. That's his life lesson to learn. I don't have any control over that, you know? I just don't want to see him going to jail and, you know, getting in trouble and all that, because, you know, that's riffraff. That's a waste of life right there.
Yeah. I set fire in Idlewild last year.
Oh, who took the picture?
Our friend Gina Jennis.
Oh, Gina
She also took that picture of my dad. She did a book. Trinity's on the cover. He's on page 33. Well, look who's on the cover. That's my son.
He drew this.
I was 6.
Yeah, when he is
That's
a
my grandpa
6.
on his Harley.
While many parents would take a different approach, we see just how much Trinity values character education, just like, of course, Tzu Chi. In fact, its programs are meant to teach the importance of appreciation, interpersonal respect, and a loving heart. Of course, this is an ideal we all strive to achieve, but how often do we see it in practice, particularly in moments that present perhaps little appreciation, disrespect to others, or an uncaring heart? It was this test of character education that caught the eye of Tzu Chi volunteer named Andy Gao. Let's take a look and see what actions he has taken to make sure this teachable moment went unwasted.
I was just having my breakfast, my coffee, and I was flipping through the newspaper. And it caught my eye. It says, you know, stolen Buddha returned to the owner. And I was thinking, gee, who would steal a Buddha statue, you know? So I read through and was touched that Buddha, you know, was returned. The person I really like to meet is really the father. So I asked Jing's Sije to go up there.
高国峰他一直都是近思语的推手嘛，因为有了他之后，近思语
Andy Gao had always been the pushing force behind introducing Jing's to aphorisms. Because of him, they've been introduced to hotels and prisons. And one day he sent me an email with a newspaper article. He asked me if we had sent the aphorisms to this hotel. I looked up the location of the hotel and thought, this place is on a mountain. How can we go that far to deliver these? So I asked Brother Gao what his plans were. He said a Buddha statue was stolen from this hotel, but the owner didn't catch the thief in the act. However, the thief repented his actions and returned the Buddha statue, and the hotel owner said he would retain the right of prosecution. Brother Gao said we should try to get to the hotel owner to forgive the thief. Why? Because the thief repented. If we don't forgive a wrongdoing, that means someone repented but could not receive forgiveness. The incident may spiral out of hand. Brother Gao said we have to persuade the hotel owner to forgive the thief. So he provided the information to the Inland Empire region's humanistic culture team.
叫我们一定要请那个老板原谅这个小偷，所以我们就把这个的讯息给了内陆的小玄奘。
不管是电话上线、连线、开
Every volunteer is responsible on their own positions.
either discussion through conference meeting or something else. For example, Sister Jennifer is responsible for overseeing the project, Brother Kevin is responsible for introducing Tzu Chi with audio and video media, Sister Belinda is responsible for MC, I am responsible for reporting, and with Christina, we are responsible for the great enlightened one of the universe. I think every one of us had repeatedly prepared for our respective responsibilities at home already.
Instead of, focusing on forgiveness for the incident, we wanted to focus on compassion and love, which is what Tzu Chi is known for.
On that night, we were done around 11 p.m. Christina had went through the speech with me several times. I told her, could you go through it one more time with Mom? And she asked if her speech was good.
70位志工，一个人10块钱，大家发心要跟他结缘。
When I get this mission and then I check the map in the first time and find out this place is kind of strange for us. I saw the map is about only maybe 80 to 100 miles away. I thought it should be about 1 hour of driving. However, the Google map tell me from our place to Idlewild, it will take almost 2 hours. And I see the detail of this location. It's a very high mountain area, and the route is so dangerous. That's why it took our driving for 2 hours.
It was kind of a surprise. I came out and Ian said, there's some people waiting for you to talk to you about the Buddha statue. And I'm like, what about the Buddha statue now? This story never ends. And so I came out and I saw these lovely people in the blue jackets and the white pants, and they were all smiling and happy. And they said that we read about what happened with your Buddha statue, and we wanted to just come and meet you, and to say thank you, and to give you this book. And I thought, well, and we drove 2 hours. And so that was really, really touching to me.
Hi.
That's okay.
当他们回来跟我讲说，
When they came back, they told us the hotel owner was willing to forgive the thief. I was glad to hear that, and they told me everything was all right. I felt that things ended well, but still the thief's grandmother hadn't gotten a statue. The child intended to give his grandmother a gift, even though he had committed a crime by stealing the statue. We tried to think of how to make this right. I thought the great enlightened one of the universe from Tzu Chi is a unique representation created by Master, and we could provide one for the grandmother as a gift. When I brought up the idea, everyone swiftly chipped in for the cost of $350. With $10 and $20, everyone contributed.
To drive 2 hours and to give up their own money and their own time, pitch in to buy a Buddha statue, to all this, the relief they've done for the Haiti, situation in Hurricane Sandy and Hurricane Katrina, I think I heard someone say before they've done, and what they're doing with the jails and the education and the medicals. I mean, it's just, they've really taken all of the major ills of our society and are addressing them head on.
So we have two Buddha statue. One to give to one for Catherine, one for Rodney, and then Ian.
This is called Buddha, the Great Awakened One in the Cosmos. So that's what this is called. So I think we'll open it now and see what's inside. What do you guys think? At the moment, I was just thinking, we are so lucky to be able to be there and give them this gift. And to see them so happy, because that makes us happy too. Actually, they're the ones who are giving us the opportunity to show our love for them and give them compassion and love.
This is something that I would treasure as one of the top experiences of my life, because it's who I would strive to be. Is the kind of person that does this kind of stuff.
You look closely in the detail and the sort of the emotion that comes from the statue. It has this really ethereal kind of feeling to it. It's really touching. It's a really touching statue. I wasn't expecting anything like that.
Other Buddhas that we are giving. A lot of us volunteers, 70 of us actually, and all of us here are included in that 70.
You really have to praise all the volunteers. I really praise them. I really have to say, they are just incredible people.
That's great, not only for the grandmother, because now she has, the original intention has sort of been purified and magnified, and now she's got a real gift.
Catherine, this is for you.
Oh my God. Thank you. Let me give you a hug.
Oh,
thank you so much. That's beautiful.
I think it's just marvelous the way the whole thing worked out with the statue being gone, then us getting it back and getting to meet you guys. And I'm just in awe of the whole thing. I'm just trying to take it in and just feeling really blessed and happy.
Thanks to the paper, the newspaper.
And this is a great way to start the new year.
While the Buddha statue was intended as the only gift, it soon came on its way to becoming much more, and for a much bigger pool of recipients at that. Now that Tzu Chi volunteers have made a connection with the inn, the symbolism of the little statue has taken on its physical form. The passing along of the Jingse aphorisms, like Andy mentions, is the spreading of not religious, but universal knowledge that can have an appeal to almost anyone. Their intention is to have a heart-to-heart dialogue with Master Zhang Yan and her readers, and to inspire self-examination and reflection in just a few simple words. So through the aphorisms and by getting to know the Tzu Chi volunteers, let's see how Master's spirit has found a new home at Grandma's house.
先谈好了，第一个就是当然我们进去，他们一定会出来，我们一一介绍嘛，然后坐下来以后就是介绍一下自己。
These people are my role models because they're really dedicated. They have to spend a lot of time. And it's not just when we go there that we have to spend that time. It's actually before when we're preparing, how to present the materials, and after following up with these people and maintaining a strong rapport with them and building strong relationships. I think this is how we are supposed to spread the seeds of love and Tzu Chi in America.
那最重要还是要请他来到我们的园区，让
下午3点钟来这样。
在第3次的一个
When we visited her for the third time, our first achievement was that she couldn't wait to show us the great enlightened one of the universe, a statue that so many brothers and sisters from Tzu Chi had given to her to put at her home.
慈济的师兄师姐的爱所给他的那个宇宙大觉子，他放在哪里？
Good to see you.
Yes, how are you?
Good,
good. Okay. And this is Angela.
Hi, Angela. Angela, that's my daughter's name.
Oh, really? And then.
She brought us to her room, where she usually meditates. When we enter her room, she put the statue of the great enlightened one on her dresser. On the dresser table were things she valued dearly, such as artwork made by rocks, a Maitreya Buddha, and a Saikamuni Buddha.
一个是各种石头雕成的不同的，一个是弥勒佛，然后一个是本师释迦牟尼佛。Happy Buddha too.
One girl went to India and brought me this one since I was a teenager.
然后他就把我们给他的宇宙大觉子放在梳妆台的右手边。
She put the great enlightened one on the right-hand side of the dresser table, and when she turned on the lights, the room that was quite dim initially became very bright, and everyone was joyful. She said that she would meditate in front of the great enlightened one every day. We were happy to hear that.
静思这样子，我们很高兴。
That's my daughter right there.
Oh, Angela.
Angela. Everybody wants apple juice.
Yeah, homemade.
It's really good apple juice.
It's homemade.
Yeah, and I just made it yesterday. If I could buy one of those books for me, because I was going to copy down every saying before I give it to Michael.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? We can give you one. No problem.
Give me one?
Yeah.
And my son wanted to borrow it. He says, let me read it before you give it to Michael.
We have a two. We have a two. So.
Each one. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. He said he was on his way.
Cheers.
a peach plum pear apple jam, and then my brother, makes the berry jam from my berries.
When we brought the bamboo bank to H1, and Catherine's brother, Ted, he immediately do the action.
Master Zheng Yan is the founder of Tzu Chi Foundation.
$1.3
1.3 cents.
1 cent.
Yes.
1 1/3 cent. Okay.
1.3 cents?
That's like a little over a penny a day.
Yes. So the point is, not the rich people can do the good thing, but the regular, everybody can do, one thing. Every day when you put a coin, you make a good wish.
Half pound, maybe a pound.
And when he told us he want to fill out the bamboo bank with some coin, we thought it's only a few coins to the bamboo bank. However, after a few minutes, he brought a bag of coins. It can fill out more than one bamboo bank. And we are so wondering, wow, the action is immediately. Like Master told us, you are doing good, you need to do it immediately.
Giving is not the privilege of the rich, it is the privilege of the sincere.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
That's true, huh?
And it is a privilege.
Like you.
Yeah.
Right now, today you turned in this one for us.
Yeah.
We appreciate, and all the money will go into somewhere they
I know
need
it'll
it.
go to good.
Yeah.
And he's doing the same action as the Master told us. Oh, it's amazing.
She said, I can make a wish every time I put it. And I said, all my wishes have already come true, which is I'm happy, joyous, and free, clean and sober, almost 5 years now. March 6th will be 5 years. And it's a beautiful new life. And for my son, all I can do for him is set a good example for him. Keep him in my prayers. And send him rainbows full of love and kindness and forgiveness. And hope that he gets it and he figures it out soon. To shoulder a burden is an inspiring force. To admit a mistake is a noble virtue.
How you feel?
Noble,
That's
right.
good.
Through Trinity's example, we learn the value of walking in the path of a true bodhisattva. And while the Idlewild town crier suggests that thefts have in fact declined in recent years, it's still important to note that with each incident lies a teachable moment. But who will do the teaching? As one Jingse aphorism goes, repentance is not confined to the temple. Of utmost importance is to practice it in daily life and among humanity. Thus, we must take it upon ourselves to teach and to learn and to grow. And I hope that today you've received a gift of your own. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dilbar Shatterson, and may the circle of understanding bring you back here next week.
Happy New Year!
Ahala makahiki ho in Hawaii. A peaceful and beautiful and compassionate and loving great New Year. Thank you. Mahalo. Happy New Year.
I love you.
You are broad-hearted, as I can see from your followers.